The movie kicks off in a suburb of Berlin with a rogue ninja named Raizo. Since Raizo has defected from his clan, the entire organization is out for his blood. To understand why Raizo turned his back on them, we have to go back to the very beginning. The ninja clan Raizo belonged to was called the Azunu. They abduct orphans or children with no families to raise them as clan members, using extremely brutal methods so they grow up to be cold-blooded killers. Concepts like fear, weakness, love, and mercy are strictly forbidden for any ninja, especially for a member of the Azunu. This was the ideology the clan leader hammered into the kids' heads from the time they were little. The leader once taught Raizo a lesson in balance, but it was incredibly cruel. He kept beating Raizo until both his legs were bleeding, and Raizo had to stay like that until nightfall. Just when Raizo was starting to believe that emotions were non-existent, he caught a glimpse of love through a fellow student named Kiriko. She saw his wounds and felt bad for him, bringing herbs to treat his injuries even though it was forbidden for anyone in the clan to help another, as the weak had no place there. As they grew up, Raizo caught Kiriko breaking one of the clan's laws. He warned her that she was wrong and that they had to follow the rules, just like the wires placed on the plants to make them grow in a uniform shape. However, Kiriko told him she believed every plant has a heart and can determine its own path, just as humans have hearts that guide them. Raizo began to understand her hidden meaning, but he insisted he would follow the clan's laws. She made him listen to her heartbeat, hoping he would feel something, and he began to feel a slight change. Raizo had reached an advanced level in the clan, surpassing all his peers to the point where he fought, and won easily even while blindfolded. Everything was going well for Raizo until the day that changed his life forever. Kiriko refused to wound a peer as a lesson for defeat, so the master took the blade and scarred her face instead. Kiriko was punished with solitary confinement without food or water, but Raizo would sneak in to help her and give her water, warning her to obey the clan's laws. However, Kiriko had already decided to escape and started secretly making the tools she needed. On the night she fled, Raizo caught her and warned her that she would be killed if discovered. She placed his hand on her heart and said, "I know my way, and even if I die, I will die following my heart." She asked Raizo to run away with her, but he refused. Respecting his choice, she left without him, but the clan leader found out about her escape and sent a group to bring her back. He decided to execute her in front of the entire clan as an example. Raizo watched her death, frozen and helpless. Years later, the master assigned Raizo his first assassination mission, to retrieve a gold watch from a wealthy man. The mission was tough because of the target's massive bodyguard, but Raizo succeeded and brought the watch to the master. The leader told him to keep it as a symbol of being a true Azunu. Then came the final test. Raizo was ordered to execute a girl who tried to escape, just like Kiriko. At that moment, Raizo decided to defect. He slashed the clan leader across the eye, marking his betrayal. Despite the large number of assassins, Raizo managed to escape by falling into the water after being wounded. Since then, he has been hunted by his clan while he sabotages their operations, keeping the watch as a reminder of his past. In the present day, a forensics researcher named Mika notices that recent assassinations follow a specific pattern and use ancient weapons. She discovers that the payment is always 100,000 gold pounds and tries to convince her boss that ninjas are real. While her boss is initially skeptical, he mentions a journalist who disappeared while investigating the same topic. Mika visits the journalist's widow and learns he died after turning his house into a fortress with cameras and locks. His wife explains that one day he heard a noise on the lawn, went to check it out. The lights went out, and when she found him, he was dead. She tells Mika he was acting strange and left behind evidence, old manuscripts and videotapes showing someone, Raizo, trying to stop an assassination. Terrified, Mika returns home to find the power cut and an assassin attempting to kill her, but she is saved by Raizo. He tells her she must trust him because the clan will not let her live now that she has started searching for them. They flee her apartment, and Raizo uses a cigarette to mask his scent, explaining that his clan tracks targets like wolves. Mika contacts her boss, who sets up a meeting that turns out to be a trap by military intelligence. They take Raizo to a safe house, where he warns Mika that the clan is coming. Suddenly, the power goes out, and the Azunu attack. In the darkness, the ninjas have the total advantage and massacre almost everyone. Raizo tells Mika to run while he faces his former brothers. Despite being heavily outnumbered and wounded, he fights back and eventually escapes with Mika in a car. She hides him in a safe place, masking his scent and treating his wounds while he sleeps. Mika contacts the police, explaining she planted a tracker on Raizo. The clan eventually finds Raizo and takes him back to their headquarters for execution, but the military arrives at the location thanks to Mika's tracker. A massive battle breaks out, and Mika frees Raizo. In a final showdown, Raizo faces the Master, who reveals he had hoped Raizo would lead the clan one day. Raizo eventually kills him, ending the clan's reign. The film ends with Raizo remembering Kiriko's offer to escape, living his life with the regret that he didn't follow his heart and go with her.